Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Peterlee is a town in County Durham, England, named after a local miner. It was founded in 1948 as a new town and has a Grade 2 asterisk listed pavilion. Shoppers have said their town center has lost its soul, with shops boarded up, 2 bank branches set to close in months, and a row between a property owner and local MP. Over the years, locals in Peterlee, County Durham, have seen high street giants Wilko, Woolworths, and Pound Stretcher close and independents shut up shop in the heart of their town. Meanwhile, the town center's 2 remaining banks, Lloyd's and Halifax, are set to close in March. Memories of Peterlee's branch of Dogart's department store, described as the Harrods of South Durham, still linger for some locals, decades after it closed in 1980. Local and Freeman, 77, said, "It's lost its soul, Peterlee. It's a sad old place." The retired factory worker was speaking to the Express outside Castle Dean Shopping Center, which along with Asda dominates the once thriving town center. Castle Dean is owned by Praxis Real Estate Management, which told the Express it has serious concerns about the future of the town center. The asset manager accused the local Labour MP Graham Morris and Durham County Council of drawing trade away from the town center by championing out-of-town retail developments, an allegation both denied. Shopper Marie Parnaby, 38, told the Express, "Shops are closing down left, right, and center. There are more charity shops, coffee shops, and nail bars than actual shops. We don't need all those shops." David Chambers, 66, helps his daughter run Sweet Dreams Sweet Shop in Yoden Way. He told the Express, "It's sad but no different to anywhere else. It's a gradual decline of high streets across the country, largely due to online shopping." He warned footfall could drop further once Lloyd's and Halifax close their branches. A Lloyd's banking group spokesperson said that because many customers now choose to bank through their app or online, visits to the Lloyd's and Halifax Peterlee branches have fallen in recent years. They added, "Customers can use the local post office for everyday banking, which is a short walk away, and access cash at the nearby free-to-use ATMs. Customers can also manage their money online by calling us or at the new banking hub once it is up and running." Praxis said while Castle Dean Shopping Center has been the traditional heart of retail and community life in Peterlee, the town center has been severely damaged by choices that diverted support and investment elsewhere. A Praxis spokesman said central to the decline has been the active promotion of out-of-town retail developments, most notably Dalton Park, by Mr. Morris. He claimed the MP's championing of its expansion had siphoned off footfall and commercial vitality from Peterlee's historic core. The spokesman added, "What did Mr. Morris and Durham County Council expect would happen to a town center already suffering from an oversupply of retail units, if even more retail space was built outside the town? This is the antithesis of sound urban planning and an egregious example of a local MP working against the long-term interests of his constituents." Praxis also accused Durham County Council of approving multiple retail developments, including Peterlee Retail Park and Passfield Way Parade. It said these decisions undermined Castle Dean's viability. Castle Dean was also overlooked as part of regeneration plans, according to the company. It said the town center had not seen one penny of leveling up funding despite it being the one place in greatest need. The spokesman added, "Peterlee deserves better. The decline of its town center has not been accidental. It has been driven by political neglect, poor planning, and a complete absence of strategic vision." Mr. Morris accused Praxis of failing to invest in the town center while actively seeking to block jobs, investment, and growth in the local area. He said, "The town center lacks even the most basic facilities, from functioning lifts to public toilets. Meanwhile, remaining businesses are paying high rents but are unable to have issues addressed by the town center management, who have accepted and overseen its decline. I understand Praxis may not welcome competition. However, whether it's Peterlee Retail Park or Dalton Park, other operators have shown a willingness to invest in our community, delivering new retail and leisure facilities that people actually want to visit." Mr. Morris accused Praxis of being quick to blame others, but said it should instead reflect on its own poor management and repeated failures. He added, "They have mismanaged a vital community asset, one that should serve as the economic heart of our town." Graham Wood, Durham County Council's Economic Development Manager, said, We recognize the long-standing issues that all high streets across the country face, and know Peterlee has been amongst those most impacted by the challenges. The Peterlee Retail Park has been in operation for 4 years, and, when the planning submission was made in 2019, was carefully considered in line with national planning policy and representations raised by all parties, including Praxis. The new development at Passfield Way is designed to provide local amenities to the surrounding houses, rather than a town center retail offer. While the responsibility to maintain and revitalize Castle Dean resides with Praxis as the private owner, we have supported the company on a range of initiatives to stimulate the town center. Mr. Wood said this has included help to promote a win-a-shop competition, match funding to secure national lottery monies, funding for a specialty market to help drive footfall, and targeted business assistance. He added, "We have also committed to developing a strategic place plan for Peterlee, which will see the development of a long-term vision for the town through an investment and action plan. We will continue to work with Praxis as the owner not only as part of efforts to regenerate the area, but to identify opportunities to support their financial investment in Castle Dean." Local, Ellen Foster, 67, said, "Everything has closed. There are beautiful parts of Peterlee, but the town center is a mess. Woolies used to be the heart of the town center, and that's gone. The good shops are closing. We've just got generic shops left." They added, "Customers can use the local post office for everyday banking, which is a short walk away, and access cash at the nearby free-to-use ATMs. Customers can also manage their money online by calling us, or at the new banking hub once it is up and running." Praxis said while Castle Dean Shopping Center has been the traditional heart of retail and community life in Peterlee, the town center has been severely damaged by choices that diverted support and investment elsewhere. A Praxis spokesman said central to the decline has been the active promotion of out-of-town retail developments, most notably Dalton Park, by Mr. Morris. He claimed the MP's championing of its expansion had siphoned off footfall and commercial vitality from Peterlee's historic core. The spokesman added, "What did Mr. Morris and Durham County Council expect would happen to a town center already suffering from an oversupply of retail units? If even more retail space was built outside the town? This is the antithesis of sound urban planning and an egregious example of a local MP working against the long-term interests of his constituents."